Alright, so we are talking about the next step with ratios and rates. Today we're going to talk about a unit rate. Anybody can tell me what the word unit means? What does unit mean? Well, you know, we've talked about like measurements, units, but when we talk about unit rate, what do you think?
The rate of measurement.
Not quite.
The rate of your unit. What your...
Well, in this one, the word unit represents one. Okay, so a unit is one. So what we want to look for, here's our definition: a rate, which yesterday we said a rate was a ratio using two different types of measurement, right? Okay, so we're taking a rate that is simplified so that it has a denominator of 1. So basically we're finding the rate for one thing. Like yesterday we talked about, okay, so let's say in basketball you have someone that's scoring 21 points per game. Okay? We want to find out, or maybe we take their whole season, okay? However many points they scored for a season, and we want to find their points per one game, okay? Across the street, we talked about the gas station. Guess what that number on the board is? It's a rate. It's actually the unit rate because it's telling you how much it is per gallon, per 1 gallon, okay? If I go to the store and I buy 10 items and I spend $20, how much did I pay per item? $2. That's your unit rate. So we're looking at how much we're paying per item or per unit. Okay? Let's look at this, and I want you to be very specific. Guys, you have to label this. We cannot just put numbers, okay? Yes.
So basically you're dividing the
Yes.
first number by the...
Absolutely, that's all we're doing. So if we look at this, but you have to set it up like this, okay? So we've got 44 points, and that happened in 4 quarters. Okay? And what I want to know is how many points they scored in 1 quarter.
11.
11. How did you find 11?
Divided by 4.
That's absolutely it. 44 divided by 4 will give you 11 points, and this means per quarter. You could write it like this, or you could write it like 11 points per quarter. Okay? See that little slash? That little slash means the word per. So this means per, or each. Okay? Looking at the next one. So this time we have 125 feet in 5 seconds. I always want to put whatever I'm looking for my unit rate on the bottom because that's the denominator that I want as 1. What I want to know seconds per feet? No, I want to know feet per second. So if this is going to be 1 second, how many feet per second?
25.
That's 25 feet per second. You have to label everything, guys. You can't just put 25 in 1. Yeah, you can put FT for feet. You can abbreviate. Well, we're going to do several together. You're going to have plenty to do. Okay, so let's look at this one because this is one I want you to pay close attention to, okay? Actually, not quite. I was thinking opposite, but... Alright, so we've got $9 for 3 cases of soda. So we want to know the price per case. So what would our price per case be? $3. So you're just dividing. Okay, we've got 24 meters in 2 seconds. So what would my unit rate be?
12 meters per
Very good. 12 meters, and I can write it like this if I want to, per second.
Wait. What is it?
12 meters per second. That would be the same thing as me putting 12 meters over 1 second. This and this are going to represent the same thing. It's just a fraction sideways. Yes, you're just more likely to see it like this in everyday uses. Okay? Let's look at number 5. Okay? For Carolina's birthday, her mom took her and 4 friends to a water park. She paid $40 for 5 student tickets. So we've got $40 for 5 tickets. And we want to know what the cost per ticket was. What was it? So we're going to say $8 per ticket. You could write it like that, or you could do $8 over 1 ticket.
That's really easy.
Yes. Now, looking at the next one, okay? The next one, we're actually going another direction, okay? So it tells us my unit rate. When you see this, this means per 1 student. All right, so my unit rate would be 12 gallons per 1 student. Okay? And it says there are 450 students. Which am I going to line that up with my numerator or denominator? Look carefully. This is gallons. This is students. Denominator. Okay? So I want to change this to 450 students. So how do I go from 1 to 450?
Multiply it with 450.
Times 450. So remember, rule of fractions, if I do one thing to the denominator, I have to do the same thing to the numerator. So what would be 12 times 450?
5,400.
Okay, so this will be 5,400, and that is gallons for 450 students. So on this one, you go the opposite direction. It gives you the unit rate, and you have to find the rate. You have to unsimplify, absolutely. But on all of these, you're using division to find the unit rate. Okay? When you are price comparing shopping, if you look on the label at the grocery store, it will tell you how much per ounce, the cost per ounce. That is your unit rate. That's how you can price compare. Okay? At the bottom, you will see you do have some practice problems.